it's always possible for you to lose. So like the way I play my core rush games, honestly, it's pretty simple. I'm always looking for trying to get my primal as fast as possible. I'm actually running a double primal with sniper mixed in with what's the other thing I got mixed in with the primal mixed in with what's the other thing I'm using? I'm using a trinket, the evasion loop, which is Vanguard. So the only two things that actually matter in my build that are in the same banner are my two weapons. They're both in the primalist. So I start off with a lower. I start off with a lower cooldown for getting my primal. So like what I was talking about here, these are 2 free points. There's a danger here because the opposing team has the outpost. But one of the things I kind of notice sometimes is you don't really get challenged. With Grounding Bolt, which is the ability that I'm using, it allows me to slow people down, and after I slow them down, I'm able to get away. I also get a 20% speed boost every time I use it. And that's 2 points for us. It looks like it's going to be tied because it doesn't look like the folks below are paying attention. So what I like doing is I'll waste the primer here to take this, because this drops a big crystal that'll get me more than halfway back to my primal again. So I hold it, and as soon as I have the position, I'll drop and just take it and move on. So those are kind of strategies that I'm using because I kind of always want to get the primal back fast. So I'm almost back at primal. Grounding Bolt has 2 shots, so I gave us that location also. They're fighting back for it. We just got that point, so we're leading 3-1. I'm purposely going to try to take this position back. Bowling Penguin. This is not good. So Bowling Penguin has stasis. It depends which one he's using. Like for people like Bowling Penguin, yeah, I'll use a primal to get rid of him, especially also since he's rocking a pentakill too. I like to get rid of folks like him because they're annoying. Because of his penta, I just want to get rid of him. And then what I do is, there's another trick too. If you use it at the last second, nope, you didn't hit him. Like I would have needed to both. If you lose it at your last second, you can actually get almost 3 transformations. Because on my ECA, I have stuff that increase the duration of my primal by like, I think 6 to 7%. So it's a little longer than everybody else's. So the problem I'm already facing is I'm looking at my team. They don't seem to care about the alpha core. I don't understand why. They don't care. There was one person there. I have to see how many real people I'm playing with. So I'm gonna try to go back in. We already got him. Now he's coming at me primal. So I just need to run. So like I said, I was dead for a bit. I only wanted to take it because he's basically guarding me. And I really hate auto because auto keeps getting in my way. When I want to hit a player, I'm not getting the player, I'm getting the primal instead. So we can hold this at that point. It's even. He's just gonna hold the one on the bottom and just get it in. Because that's just smarter. So, oh, I got him. So that's another way that you can use your. That's another way you can use your grounding bow. Like the person could have the, and we just have to stand and it'll prevent them from scoring. So what you do is you run. If my team can hold, I can come in and take the point because I have my final. I just have to come back in the next second or so, and I got it. The problem is, I need the team to protect me long enough so I can put that back on because I need some health and shield. But no one's holding it with me, so we're gonna have a big crowd. And no one's coming to hold it, they're holding the other. So we're gonna lose that point most likely. I can try, but I don't think we can hold it by ourselves. There's over 5 people here. They're all battering on that point. So logically, it doesn't make sense what the team is doing. It doesn't make sense. No one was attacking that point, but the whole team chose to sit on a point that we were going to get. So it's a very weird, like these are the things that don't make sense. Like that point in front of there would have been more logical to come and help us fight it, but they were sitting on a point where 2 or 3 people could have held it by themselves. So this alpha keeper is important. So I'm gonna actually not stay here. Yeah. Holding penguin's not gonna leave me alone. If I can get away, thank God for it. Yep, I'm gonna. I needed a kill to get my evasion lead to activate. I need to go get. I need to reactivate my freaking primal. They should be able to get this point. But the primal we have on our side, instead of staying there, they moved, which is kind of weird. But you see what I'm talking about? Where's the team? Where's the team? Your primal are only strong if you can kill people. Like, we're gonna lose this point too, and that's an alpha. That's what it looks like it's gonna happen. Like, I can call like how we're gonna lose stuff by how people are playing. Like, they're not playing the points. Let me just go. I don't really care about this right now. I'm gonna actually need to have my final to make a difference about this. I'm gonna try to hold it. We got this one. Try to get this one. That's good. That puts us within 2. So the thing about down the road that makes it really useful, yo, dude, get that one. Wow, that's really heavy. You should be able to hold and get that. So the alpha is in between 2 of our outposts. Yeah, you guys go. Yeah, right against the wall. That's good. Nice. My pattern is when we go about a little bit more than half of the circle here, that's when I use it and I hold, and all I need easier to do is use this ability to guarantee it. So that's how we hold it. And then what I can do now is go get that base that we just lost so we can recapitalize on it. Guarantee it comes off. I can drop, and then I recollect, and it puts me again at 116. So the idea of what I'm doing all the time is I will sacrifice the primal just so I can get back into like a 27-second wait. Anytime I hit with my gun, it drops it down. Every bullet that hits drops it down by a second. We lost that since it's 11. Yep, that's mistake. That's mistake too. That's what makes grounding bolt the real deal. Like, I stopped using jump over grounding bolt because grounding bolt can do that. Whoops. And that's the hardest thing about this game. You get double teamed, especially if you're having a really tough battle with a person in front of you. If a person comes from behind you, there ain't much you can do about it. Like, same thing will happen with triple teams. There's not much you can do to stop them. I don't know if I can get there in time. Yep, you're out. Getting hit. Getting hit. You did it well. Like, the way for that not to happen is your teammates need to shoot the primal that you're fighting. If they're not, I actually will not leave a fight. If I have a primal and there's another primal there, I will shoot them. I will stay there shooting with my gun. Every bullet I hit them with does 300 damage. So if the primal is also hitting at 1,000 or 2,000, and I'm doing 300, you'll watch their meter will disappear very quickly. We gotta help make this happen quickly. I enjoy the iconic. So when I used grounding bolt on him, it kind of took out the option for him to get away. Grounding bolt is the only counter to protection because the person who's using protection can't leave. They're trapped. It's the same way if the person who's using protection is using shotgun. You want to use grounding bolt also to keep them at a distance. You can back away, but they can't get close. And their weapon needs to be near you. Logic will dictate now. We want to get at least the top. We want to get at least the top outpost because we're getting hit from two directions. And that's not going to help us. And that's what logic would dictate. But the thing is, what most folks were doing instead is they were concentrating on the fight. If one or two people had split and went for the outpost on the top, you could actually have won that match. We kept the game too close. The simple fact that they were at 12, we were at 12. Like, even if a game is like spiraling out of control, if you can get yourself within to 12, and even if the opponent has 14 and the alpha core is next, you still can win the game. So it doesn't really matter in the greater scheme of things who, once you're over 11, the game is a toss-up. If they didn't score 15 before that, it really doesn't matter. So that's the thing that is the most important thing. There, because the score was so close, the most important thing that needed to happen was we needed to stop them. Yep, that's not working still. Doesn't work all the time. We needed to stop them from scoring that point.